Wisconsin Highway 29. Yeah. Alright, we are all Wisconsin all the time in this episode because the Chiefs are going to be taking on the Packers this week. So we're talking about the cool stuff in Wisconsin, the bratwurst, the cheese curds, the beer, but we're still not going to put ketchup on hot dogs. I won't allow that. Let's take a look at the route of Wisconsin 29. It goes from the border of Minnesota all the way to the shore of Lake Michigan. And some would say it goes through central Wisconsin. I don't know. I come with a Chicago bias. So I'd say like Beloit, Kenosha, that's southern Wisconsin. Milwaukee, Madison, that's central Wisconsin. Anything north of that is northern Wisconsin. You're watching Control City Freak. This is the YouTube channel where we talk about highways and the places that they're signed to go to. If you dig this kind of content, why not give us a like? And if you really like it, why not subscribe? Yeah, subscribe. Or even better, why not join our Patreon? I really appreciate all the people who have already joined. It's great fun. And right now, until the end of the year, if you sign up, you will get a free $5 super like for life if you are paying at the $5 level. As long as you are still subscribed, you will always get that. You subscribe before the end of the year. Or you can also request an exit the old-fashioned way by doing a $5 super sticker on YouTube. Next week, we are going to be talking about the Queen Elizabeth Way in Ontario. The week after that, we'll be covering 495 in Massachusetts. After that, we'll be doing something Vegas, but I'm not 100% sure what yet. All right, let's talk about eastbound Wisconsin 29. So we start right away with an exit request. We are in Minnesota crossing over the St. Croix River into Wisconsin, and Nathaniel wanted to see this. He wanted to see the confluence of the St. Croix and Mississippi rivers, which we can see just on the other side of that railroad bridge there as we head into Prescott, Wisconsin. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. So we're on US 10 here, but we will be on 29 if we make this turn here, 29 and 35, just like North Kansas City. And we see River Falls is going to be our control city when we turn left onto 29 here. We get a good mileage sign here, River Falls 10 miles away, Spring Valley 31, and Menominee 50 away. So right here, if you were to go straight, you would get to the University of Wisconsin River Falls, but we are going to be turning right and following 29. I've been to River Falls before. I went for Chiefs training camp. I liked having Chiefs training camp there. I kind of liked it more than St. Joseph, having been to both. Went there in 93 with my family, got to see the late great Derek Thomas there, my childhood idol, so it was awesome to see that. And oh yeah, Joe Montana was there too, so took this picture as well, so good times. Coming out of River Falls, we are going to have this roundabout here, and we are going to be turning left for East 29, which right now is signed for Hudson, Roberts, and Spring Valley, but really Spring Valley is the only one we're concerned with. The others are for 35 and 65. And now we are going to leave 35, and we're going to turn right for Spring Valley. And here we are on East 29 just by itself, and out in these parts it is a 2-lane rural road. We get Spring Valley 19, Menominee 36. Menominee is really the primary here, but they keep throwing in Spring Valley at choices. So here we're going to be meeting US 63, and for some reason we don't get Menominee, we're getting Spring Valley. And you can see we're going to be concurrent with US 63 for a little bit. We're going to be along with Southbound US 63. Now we're just getting Menominee 13. They're not bothering with any control cities beyond that. And here we are in Menominee, and we are going to be turning left onto North 25 along with East 29. In downtown Menominee, 29 is going to be turning again, turning right, along with East 12. That's kind of a weird shape for the US 12 shield. They messed that up. And we see here on this next reassurance shield, it is in fact US 12, the great US 12 that we are on, along with 29. We're meeting I-94, and after this point, we are going to be on more of an expressway or freeway type situation until we get to Green Bay. And at 94, we see St. Paul is signed if we turn left, and Chippewa Falls is our new control city. Our concurrency with US 12 will end here at around Elk Mound. US 12 is going to exit, and we will continue straight on 29. We're meeting US 53, and Eric Thompson requested this exit because his sister used to go to school at Wisconsin Eau Claire, so this is the exit that she would take. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. And we see 53 North Superior. People have asked me what I feel about that because it's a little like signing Moorhead instead of Fargo. I think it's a little better because it's a US highway and not an interstate, but I don't know, you might want to mention Duluth in there too. And 29 is now East Green Bay. We are skipping Wausau and going straight for Green Bay here. Interesting. Here's another exit for Chippewa Falls, and there is a business 29 through Chippewa Falls there. We'll take a look at that coming in the other direction. So we see we're not quite interstate standards. It's not always a freeway. Sometimes there are at-grade intersections on this road. And now we're in the Wausau area, and we are meeting US 51 to I-39, and East 29 goes straight for Green Bay and Madison, and North 51 for Wausau. Actually, 52 will take you right into downtown Wausau. Here on our concurrency with US 51, we are still seeing we're to I-39. We are getting Green Bay and Madison as our control cities. And now US 39 spawns here, even though US 51 definitely seems to be interstate standard north of this. They probably could run I-39 a little bit further north than they do. 29 is going to be leaving for Weston and Green Bay. Maybe they decided this 29 road is so important that 39 has to end there because it's such an important road in Wisconsin. Although, I gotta say the number is a little weird. Why not an east-west number? Why not an even number for one thing? And why not like a XO number? This could easily be 30 or 40 or 50. 29 seems like a number that's just not quite good enough for the road. And here we are crossing the Wisconsin River, and at random interchanges in the freeway section we're on now, it is for Green Bay. Here at exit 195, we're meeting North US 45 and a business route for Wisconsin 29, although we're not going to be touching that business route. And we're going to be concurrent with US 45 for just a little bit. And here is where 45 will leave us, 3 miles further down the road for Clintonsville. This was also requested by Boss King Inc. as his Patreon request, his free request through Patreon. He wanted to request this because he stayed at a Best Western right off the road here. So thank you so much for your request. And now we get more mileage signs, and we're seeing Green Bay is on the bottom line as it should be at 60 miles away. Now we are going to be meeting I-41, and it's signed for Appleton and Marinette, and we are merging off of this freeway road. The freeway road will go straight to 41, and we are getting on East 29 and 32 and 54 and EB for Green Bay. You can see this exit is quite convoluted. From the 29 perspective, you exit the freeway, go through this roundabout to the other side of the freeway, end up on this Shawano Avenue, and cut across and have more interchanges for 41 along the way. Quite intense here. Here's what it looks like when we are getting into that first roundabout. We get 29 East Green Bay, and now at the next roundabout, we are getting to 41 East 29 Green Bay this way, and you can also go the other way to loop back around for West 29 or Wausau. And now we have two kind of mirror signs, pretty interesting. If you're going to veer left or veer right, you're going to get to Duck Creek Parkway, and if you're going straight, you'll be on 29 East for Green Bay. Within Green Bay, we are going to meet Oneida Avenue. That's the closest we're going to get to Lambeau Field. If you turn right here, you drive down 2 miles, you'll get to Lambeau Field. So why not drive down there? So here is Lambeau Field, just kind of here in this neighborhood in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I've driven past it myself as well, but I've never seen a game there. It would be cool to see a game. Continuing back on 29, we are heading into downtown Green Bay as we cross the river here. And here's a look at downtown Green Bay. And now 29 is going to be turning at this street, so we'll be going northbound, and we see 243 as well when we make this left. We get to Main Street, and we are going to be turning onto 141 along with 29. We cross over I-43, but there's no interchange with it. Kind of weird. Seems like Wisconsin's only interstate, and probably its most important one, along with its most important state highway meeting, would warrant an interchange, but I guess not. This is what it looks like as you drive down Main Street on the outskirts of Green Bay. And now 29 is going to be turning left. We're going to be going to Kewanee, the final city. So we see here, East 29, turn left, and if you want to meet up with I-43, continue straight. So there is an option to meet I-43, just not directly from 29. And now we see Kewanee is 21 miles away once we turn onto that road, and there's not much between here and there, so we're going to go straight there. So here is the city limits of Kewanee. We see it's got 2,000 some people, so not super big. And we see we're going to be meeting with Wisconsin Highway 42, and 29 is going to be ending at 42 right here. And here is the intersection with 42 and the very end of 29, and we see Lake Michigan is straight up ahead, so why not drive a few more blocks and check it out. And here it is, Lake Michigan and the Kewanee Lighthouse right there, so pretty nice. All right, let's talk about westbound Wisconsin 29. So on Highway 42, we see if you go straight, you'll go to Sturgeon Bay up in Door County, and if you turn left, we'll be on 29 for Green Bay. So well signed there. And we are meeting 141 once again, so we will be concurrent with that into Green Bay. So we turn right for Green Bay, left would be for Denmark. And we're going to turn left off of Main Street. In an unusual situation, we are leaving Main Street to go downtown. Here we are in downtown Green Bay once again, right before we cross the bridge. And this is Washington Street here in downtown. And we get this confusing interchange with I-41 once again. So we see 29 and 32 are signed for Wausau, and 41 is going to have the exit for Marinette and for Appleton. At random interchanges, we are now signed for Shawano instead of Wausau, so that's a little weird. I don't know why they don't go with Wausau there. At the next random interchange, we do get Shawano and Wausau, so that's a little bit better. And now we are coming to meet I-39 once again, signed for Stevens Point, Madison, and we will be getting on North 51 and following up toward Wausau. Not too long after we join 51, we have an exit and we will be leaving US 51, and we are signed for Chippewa Falls at this point. This looks pretty interstate-y for sure here. There are some parts of 29 that are up to interstate standard, and this looks like a very interstate-like mileage sign. So Chippewa Falls is our primary at 85 miles away. And at Chippewa Falls, we do have a business 29, and as I said before, we will be getting off at that and following that through town. So here we meet 124, and we see we have North 124 and Business 29 for downtown, so let's go that way. And we cross the river, and I believe those are the Chippewa Falls themselves right over there by this dam. And we head into downtown Chippewa Falls, and we're going to be turning left for Business 29 and to meet US 53. We meet US 53, and it is signed north for Superior and south for Eau Claire and Menominee, because Business 29 is going to follow US 53 here. And here is the end of Business 29, and we're going to get back on good old regular 29 west for Menominee. Here's where we meet I-94, so we see West 94 St. Paul exit only, and East 94 for Madison is coming up. So interesting they don't mention Eau Claire there. 12 and 29 Menominee straight ahead. In Menominee, we have this nice lake here in town, so we pass right by this lake. And we see now Durand and Spring Valley. So we're bringing Spring Valley back. We're not going to mention River Falls yet. And here in downtown Menominee, we are turning left once again to join with Highway 25. And now we are going to leave 25 signed for Durand. We are signed for Spring Valley. Outside of Spring Valley, we get River Falls and Baldwin, but River Falls is the one for us. And we're meeting Wisconsin 35 again, so River Falls straight ahead, but we are going to be turning left onto Highway 35 for Ellsworth and Prescott, or specifically for Prescott. Here, South 65 will continue, and we will go west and south on 29 and 35. I'm not sure why they don't just end 29 in River Falls, because it's concurrent with 35 for the remainder of its life here. Seems like ending in River Falls would be just fine. And also, 830th Avenue. What street grid is this? Is this for Milwaukee? And here is River Falls' main street, and we are turning left for 29 and 35. And here shall end at 29. We are meeting with US 10. 35 continues, but 29 does not. All right, let's take a look at Todd's the way it should be for Wisconsin Highway 29. I'm going to say the way it should be: eastbound River Falls, then Menominee, Eau Claire up until we split away from US 12. Then I would go Chippewa Falls, then Wausau, Green Bay, and finally Kewanee. I hope I'm saying that right. And westbound, I'm going to say Green Bay, then Wausau, Chippewa Falls, Menominee, River Falls, and Prescott. So I would skip Spring Valley in both directions. I don't feel like that's quite as important because it has much more important cities to either side of it. All right, thank you so much for watching this episode of Control City Freak. I really appreciate it. We will be back next week, and we will be talking about Canada instead of Chicago's Canada and Wisconsin this time. America's Canada. Canada. Should be fun. All right, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, my name is Todd. Keep on trucking.